Good morning, folks, and good evening, and good afternoon, wherever part of the world you are hearing me from. I welcome you once again to Christian Apologetics Networks. This, I hope I found you in the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ. Today, we'll be talking about a subject of child marriage or pedophile in the Bible. And actually, uh, I would want us to, you guys, folks. So after the video on child marriage and pedophile on the Quran that I made, and it would not speak well that we should just limit it to that because there are some allegations from Muslims, from Judaism, and from other people that claim that actually they are pedophile and they are child marriage also in the Bible. So, and the glorious part of all this is the fact that each of the passages that they focused on are all from the one is from the Old Testament, while the other is from the New Testament. So I'll be looking at the Old Testament first, then we'll go back to the New Testament to look at them. Look at that's the one they claim that there's an act of child marriage in the Bible. So and the first one which they talked about was that they claimed, according to them, that Rebecca, the wife of Isaac, was 3 years old when Isaac married her. And don't forget, Isaac married Rebecca at the age of 40 years. Isaac was around 40 years. Was about 40 years when he married Rebecca. So they claim that uh, Rebecca was 3 years old when when Isaac married her. So then I asked them because this is not my first time of debating Muslims, and then I've gotten to see that they often keep on bringing this topic, these words. Then I asked them that they should give me a reference. You see, when it comes to debating or when it comes to religion, you don't just say things from your head. You must have reference to what you are saying. There must be reference from the holy book, especially for those of us, especially for Christians and Muslims that they have a kind of they have a book that guides their daily living and their lives. So it just culture just demand, or it is just normal that anything we do, we must be guided by what is written in the Bible for the Christians and for the Muslim, and what is written in the Quran and the Hadith and the Sirat. So then they told what the reference they gave was the fact that they said actually that it is that when you read the Catholic encyclopedia, you're going to find it there that it is written there. Though I've never read the Catholic encyclopedia once. I've not even come across it once. I have not even seen it for once. And I have not had any discussion with any Catholic member or any Catholic pope or a priest to to ask if there's anything of such, and so that I can get a copy of it. I've not done that, but I want to take them by their word that it is written in the Catholic Encyclopedia. That is, if there's anything called Catholic Encyclopedia, I don't know, but I've taken it by the word that it's written in this Catholic Encyclopedia that Rebecca was 3 years old when Isaac married her. Now, the question I often tell them is this: even if this is written in the Catholic Encyclopedia, is it written so in the Bible? You see, as far as Christianity is concerned, if anything that has been done presently is not in line with what the Bible teaches, especially when it comes to the New Testament, it's the New Testament that really guides us now that we live in. Anything, anything we do must be in line with what the New Testament teaches and what the New Testament says. If it is not in line with it, then you are to discard it. You are to leave it. You are not to follow it. So even if it's from Catholic encyclopedia, I'm not going to be talking too much on Catholicism today, but in a subsequent video, I'll be unraveling some truth, because the reason why this ministry is in place is not just to bring out from the Muslim sources their the evidences of how Allah cannot be God and how Muhammad cannot be a prophet, and just to crumble Islam. It is not, that's not the real focus. The focus is to look at other religions also, Hinduism, Judaism, all those, so we can have a better understanding of what Christianity really is, and so how you can trust that Christianity actually is the only escape way out of eternal damnation. We'll be looking at some core doctrines and some core teachings of the scriptures as time goes on. But that is just a side talk. But let us look at the the scriptures just to understand what these people are really saying, if it is true that Rebecca was 3 years old. Now, this is one fact I want you to know is this. There is nowhere in the entire Bible that the age of Rebecca was specified when Isaac married her. Yes, there is nowhere, both in the Old Testament and the New Testament. Nowhere. But the fact that the Bible did not mention the age of Rebecca does not mean that the evidences that surrounds the marriage of Rebecca to Isaac cannot give us a clue, an understanding of what the age of Rebecca could be. Just like when a police wants to make investigation, they don't need to actually see the whole scene. They don't need to be there. They don't need even eyewitnesses sometimes. But there are clues that can be in the criminal scene, in the events, in the scene, that can tell you, okay, this is actually what really happened. The archaeologists that most of the things, what they read in the Bible, once they read it, they take it to heart. But when they go to the archaeologist site, they begin to see evidences of what they read in the Bible. That's how they know that this thing is actually true. That what was written in the Bible actually came to pass, because there are evidences to all these things archaeologically. So they could say, no, the Bible is actually a good historical book. So it is not. So let us look at the scene of what actually happened when Rebecca married Isaac, so we can know the age of Rebecca, if even indeed it was 3 years of age. Now look, this is Genesis chapter 24, King James Version. I just like King James versions. So it says, and Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and the Lord had blessed Abraham in all things. And Abraham said unto his eldest servants of his house that ruled all over that he had, put, I pray thee, thy thigh under thy hand under my thigh. So Abraham compelled his servant to swear to him that he was going to look for a wife, not a Canaanite woman for Isaac, but from his own father's house. So this his servant had to journey down to Mesopotamia. So when they get to Mesopotamia, so he prayed to the Lord. This is verse 12 now. Genesis chapter 24, verse 12. He said, verse 12, he said, and which is the servants? Look at, he said, the servant, and the servant took how many camels? 10 camels of the camel of his master, and departed for the goods of his master were in his hand. And he arose and went to Mesopotamia unto the city of Nahor. 11. And he made his camel to kneel down without the city by a well of water at the time of the evening, even the time that women go out to draw water. Now we are already in the scene now. And he said, O God of my master Abraham, I pray thee, send me good speed this day, and show kindness unto my master Abraham. Behold, I stand here by the well of water, and the daughters of the men of the city come out to draw water. And let it come to pass that the damsel to whom I shall say, let down thy pitcher, I pray thee, that I may drink. And she shall say, drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. Let the same be she that thou hast appointed for thy servant Isaac, and thereby shall I know that thou hast shown kindness unto my master. Now, there's something that I want us to understand here. There are some things that that are some things that are in this place that I want us to understand. In this event, there are some things that are peculiar that you should pay attention to. Number one is that there are 10 camels in this event. 10 camels. So there are 10 camels, right? 10 camels. Number one, that's number one. Note the 10 camels. Number two, well water. Well water. Note that also. So number three, they draw the water. They have to draw the water. They have to draw the water. So it is not they draw the water. And number four, let me and behold, draw, and I pray thee that it shall. Okay, there's one also that I would let's continue reading. Would see it. We'll see it. Let's continue reading. Okay? And it came to pass before he had done speaking that Rebekah came out, who was born to Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with a pitcher. So we have pitcher here too. There are pitcher. So so she came with one pitcher. So these are three things I want you. Number one, we have 10 camels. Number two, we have the well water. Number three, we have they have to draw the well water. So they have to draw the well water. So they draw the well water. Then we have number four. We have the pitcher. Now, you see the prayer that the the master, I mean the servant of Abraham prayed. Number one, he wants to be so certain that the wife that Abraham, that the woman that Isaac was going to marry, is going to have a good upbringing and a good character. Number one, two. Number one. Number two, the person must be must be a patient lady. Are you with me? Must be very patient. So a servant that comes with 10 camels and he put that, Lord, please, the leader that I asked that she give me water to drink, that she will also request that she's going to feed my 10 camels with water until they are satisfied. Lord, let it be that lady. And she should know, she should understand the stress and the job in drawing hot water from this kind of well. And at this time, usually these places are landlocked countries. They are deserts. So before they can get to the region where there's water, they have to dig very, very deep. Dig. So the well is not just a well that is not so deep, it's so deep. So and then they have to draw out the water. Then and carrying a pitcher with a pitcher. And she has to feed 10 camels until the 10 camels are satisfied. Now you can see the evidences surrounding this whole thing. Then this is going to indicate to us if truly Rebecca is 3 years of age. Don't forget 10 camels, well water. They have to draw the well water and the pitcher. Now let's continue in our. Now he said, now look. Now and the damsel was very fair to look upon, neither had any man known her. And she went down to the well and filled her pitcher and came up. And the servant ran to meet her and said, let me, I pray thee, drink a little water of thy pitcher. And she said, drink, my lord. And she hasted and let down her pitcher. She was happy. She already laid down her pitcher. Laid down her pitcher. She was even the one that had to put the pitcher down by herself. She laid down her pitcher. Now let's continue. Upon her head and gave him drink. And when she had done giving him drink, she said, I will draw water for what? For thy camels also until they have done drinking. This is an Aculeus tax or Aculine tax that Rebecca had given herself to, that she is going to give the camels drink also until they are done drinking, until the camels are okay, done, they're satisfied drinking. And she hastened now and emptied her pitcher into the trough and ran again unto the well to draw water and drew for all his camels. And the man wondering at her held his peace to wit whether the Lord has made his journey prosperous or not. And it came to pass, as the camel had done drinking, that the man took a golden earring of half a shekel weight and 2 bracelets for her hands of 10 shekel weight of gold, and said, whose daughter art thou? Tell me, I pray thee, is room in thy father's house for us to lodge in? And she said unto him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, which she bare unto Nahor. And she said moreover unto him, we have both straw and provender enough, and room to lodge in. And the man bowed down his head and worshipped the Lord. Now, I want us to please pay attention as we analyze the evidences surrounding this event that is going to tell us if indeed Rebecca was 3 years old. 3 years old. Now, don't forget, we said there are some evidences that we look at. 10 camels, Rebecca fed 10 camels. She drew, there was a well there. She drew the well by herself. She carried the pitcher by herself. Are you with me? And then she fed the 10 camels until they all were done drinking. Now, the question I'm going to ask you now is, if you were told that a 3-year-old girl did all of this, would you believe? Now, probably you don't know. Let's Google it so that you would know the foolishness of these claims by Muslims and some scholars. Let us Google it. How many liters of water do camel drink? Now we are going to get this from Google, so you could know how. I don't want to start giving it from my own head, so you don't say that, oh, this guy man is fabricating anything. Let's look at the source by say it is about you bringing out evidences. It is not about you just saying it. There must be evidence. He said a typical camel can drink 200 liters, that is 53 gallons of water in 3 minutes. Perhaps this is where the misunderstanding arises, that camels store water in their arms. A camel can drink about 53 gallons of water in 3 minutes. Just one camel, just one camel can drink 53 gallons of water in 3 minutes. In 3 minutes. And then they claim that a 3-year-old girl gave 10 camels over 50 3 gallons of water to drink. Can you see how foolish this claim is? Can you see how foolish this claim is? Claiming that Rebecca is 3 years old. Can a 3-year-old lady, I mean, a 3-year-old girl, give 53 liters of, she's going to be the one to draw the water by herself from the well, pour it to the camel for the camel to drink. Do you know how long, how stressful that is going to be? And then they claim that Rebecca was just 3 years old when Isaac married her. The question is that can a 3-year-old girl draw water from the well? That's number one. Number two, can a 3-year-old girl, if they claim that of course they can draw a 3-year-old girl can draw water from the well, then you need to ask them that can they send their own 3-year-old daughter to go and draw water from the well for them? They can't. They will tell you no. And the excuse that they will give to you, they will tell you that you see, in those days they grow faster. Are you telling me that no matter how fast growth could be in those days, a 3-year-old girl then is still going to weigh the same pounds of weight that a 3-year-old girl now is going to weigh? It is a 3-year-old girl then is still going to behave babyish as a 3-year-old girl now. There is no difference. Don't let anybody deceive you onto saying no. No. How can think about it? How can a human grow so? How can a human grow very fast? A 3-year-old girl grow very fast and to about an 18-year-old lady, 18-year-old young lady. Is that possible? That is not that. So you could see how foolish this claim is. Now let's look at the picture now. How many? Let's so that we can know how much water can a can a can a pitcher hold? A standard pitcher is 2 quarts and there are 4 cups to a quart. That means there are 8 cups of water in one standard pitcher. How many liters is a pitcher of water? Now let's look at it. 2 liters. Each pitcher holds 2 liters. The pitcher needs to hold 8 liters. Okay, let us look at the image of a pitcher so we can justify this whole. If a 3-year-old, even can a 3-year-old girl carry a jug of water? Can she? Okay, this is the kind of pitcher that, but the pitcher used in those days they're not so small. They're not so small. Let me see if I can get it around this. The pitcher used then are not so small. They are they are they are they are so big. But let's assume that these are the picture of pitchers. Let's assume that these are picture of pitchers. Can a 3-year-old girl carry that kind of pitcher? As you can see that it says that a pitcher can hold about 2 liters of water, 2 liters of water, and pitchers comes in different sizes. That's what the fact I want to know. Pitcher comes in different sizes. Pitcher comes in different sizes. So we have, and for a pitcher that one is going to use in one to use to fetch water, you know that it's not going to be a small pitcher. It's going to be a very big pitcher at that. So I want you to know that. So and for a 3-year-old girl to carry that pitcher and to be able to carry it on by herself, then you should know that this kind of words, they are not these kind of claims are not absolutely true. They are not true. because it is impossible, even for a grown-up man, to feed 10 camels until they are done drinking. It's an it's a very, very difficult task. Not to talk of a 3-year-old girl. So the evidences surrounding these claims, they are all they all point to the fact that Rebecca cannot, I repeat, Rebecca cannot be 3 years of age when Isaac married her. So though the age is not specified in this Bible, we don't know the age, but with all the evidences surrounding here, we know for sure that Rebecca is past her teenage years. She's already a grown woman, ready to receive or ready to be married off to a man. She was because she with all this, it shows that she already knows the manners that she needs in the house. Imagine a 3-year-old girl. The prayer that the daughter, I mean the servant of Abraham prayed, is a prayer of like, Lord, I want a lady that's going to give that will be well mannered, that will be well trained, that has been well trained, and a patient lady. It takes a patient lady to say that she wants to feed 10 camels with water until they are filled up. It takes a patient lady to do that. So patience is one of the qualities that this servant was looking out for. She was also looking out for generally good characters from her, and she got it. Can you train up a 3-year-old lady? You give back to your daughter today, and in 3 years' time, you've already teaching her all these manners. Is that possible? No. So all these evidences point to the fact that it is wrong. It is not so. It is not so. So I don't want to talk much on this. Even you would if you read further, you will see that immediately Rebecca saw Isaac, she had to use veil. It shows that she knows manners. She understands marriage. She has been to marriage, and then she knows that probably some of our relatives has gotten married in her presence, so she knows how they do, how a lady should behave when she meets her husband for the first time. She has to use a veil, considering that she's a virgin. So all these things point to the fact that no, Rebecca cannot. It does not say that it does not point to the fact that she's 3 years old. It's all a lie. So anybody that is telling you all this, you should know that the person is just saying all these kind of things so that to deceive you and to discredit what the Bible has says, and to portray the God of the Bible as the God of Allah, who actually commanded Muhammad to marry Aisha at the age of 6 years. So the second evidence, I mean, the second words that is gave was the fact that uh that that this Mary, the mother of Jesus Christ, was actually 12 years old when she was espoused or married to Joseph. So we want to look at that evidence also, if it's actually true. I, now, this is Luke chapter 1, verse 26. Again, the claim is that Mary was 12 years old when Joseph married her. And their claim is that it was found in the Catholic Encyclopedia or thereabouts. They are the ones that have seen it before. I've not seen it before, so I'm not even going to talk about that. But let us focus on what is before us. So again, there's nowhere in the Bible, both Old and New Testament, that the age of Mary was specified that she was married. But one thing we can be sure that according to theologians and historians like Josephus, we're told that um, Peter, one of the disciples of Jesus Christ, is older than Mary in age. So that is, Peter and Mary should be in the same, should be age mates. Not that, not, but he's older than her by some few years, but she is older than her. So that we know that for sure. But we don't know the age of Mary, so it was not discussed in the Bible. But let us just leave what the theologians and the scholars and the historians says. Let's focus on what the Bible tells us, so we can know after the age of, we can have the evidence surrounding this. So we just need to point out the evidences, then we can know the age of Mary from there. So I would want you to read with me, so we can debunk all these kind of thing flying out. He said, and 26 now, he said, and in the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent from God into a city of Galilee named Nazareth to a virgin. We know that she's a virgin, but she's a virgin, just like Rebecca was a virgin, espoused to a man whose name was Joseph of the house of David, and the virgin's name was Mary. And the angel came in unto her and said, Hey, thou art highly favored. The Lord is with thee. Now he said, what did the angel give us? He said, Blessed art thou among women. Among women. That's what the angel Gabriel said. That Mary is blessed among women. Among women. Can the angel make a mistake for calling Mary a woman when she is not yet a woman? So we know that from the words of the angel, we know that Mary was a woman. She was well old in age to be called a woman. She could do everything that a woman could do at home. She's not she already knows everything that needs to be known about the home and about the house. Come to think of it, we all know that uh that Mary was the mother of Jesus Christ, physical mother of Jesus Christ. The question is that would God give his own son to a prepubescent girl to nurture? That's the question I want you to begin to think. God would never do that. Even I give you the hadith where Jabbar, whose father left about 7 to 9 daughters behind, and Muhammad advised Jabbar that he should have married a young girl for the purpose of sexual pleasure, a young girl who is a virgin for the purpose of sexual pleasure. And Jabbar told Muhammad that no, that the children, his sister that are with him, they are also young girls. So if you should marry young girls, how can they train up each other? So he said he married a lady that has married before, so that she can help taking care of his sisters that are still young girls, so that she can help them to teach them good manners. I think this is the purpose of the home. So God would not even make that mistake to send Jesus Christ into the womb of a virgin girl who is still a protestant girl. God will never do that. So it is so each when it comes to being a woman, Mary is woman. According to the angel, she is a woman. Physically, she is woman. All her body, all her physical body, they've developed into womanhood. So she's ready to conceive. She's ready to she could do anything that a woman could do. Her whole body, this is one thing that I want you to understand. For the fact that a lady or a young girl reach puberty does not mean that lady or that girl is ready to have sex. Does not mean that lady is ready to conceive. Puberty is a continuous process, because puberty is just the beginning of the development of the reproductive organs in the ladies in the girls system. So it's just the beginning. Though at that moment, if exposed to sexual intercourse, the young girl can be pregnant. But the fact that the young girl can be pregnant does not mean that her body is ready for it. So that's why you begin to see that cases of several kind of infections happening all around. So, and for the angel to have called Mary a woman shows that physically all our reproductive system are well matured to womanhood. and she could handle anything in the home like a woman would do, not like a girl is going to do. So she's a woman. So this is the word of an angel from God. God gave God sent the angel to the woman, and the angel said, "You are blessed among women." Among women means groups of women. That is when you begin to pick women all over the world. Mary is among those group of women, and she was the most blessed among them. If it was a girl, the English should have said among girls, but this is among women. It shows that Mary is a woman before he was married to Joseph. So all this that people are saying, and especially Muslims and some some uh, some some critics of Christianity saying she's young. So all those all those things are not actually true. She's a woman. So the evidences surrounding all this shows that Mary is a woman. So let's look at another another place from the distance from the scriptures that speaks about that can tell us the age of Mary. Let's look at verse 42 so we can see what another person mentioned there. This is the word of an angel. Let us now look at what's the words of a man, of human beings, like Mary herself, to see what he speak. He said, look, read with me, verse 42. He said, let's read from 38. He said, and behold, said the handmaid, and I said, that's nine rather. And Mary arose in those days, that is after the angel had told her everything, and went into the hill country with haste into a city of Judah, and entered into the house of Zacharias, and saluted Elizabeth. And it came to pass that when Elizabeth heard the salutation of Mary, the babe leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Ghost. Now, the Holy Ghost was the one that filled Elizabeth and said what? And she spake out the loud voice and said, Blessed. This is the word of Elizabeth now. Blessed are what? Are thou among women. The angel Gabriel said, Mary is a woman. Elizabeth said she is a woman. But our Muslim friends said she's a girl. Who would you believe? The Bible says she's a woman. The angel says she's a woman in the Bible. And there's someone in this era is telling you that she is a girl. I think you need to tell them, you need to read the Bible very well. Because if you read, you will understand that she is a full-grown woman. So that is all I have for you today, folks. From the evidences presented before you now, you can, for yourself, judge that indeed Mary was a woman. She 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 was fully woman before she conceived as Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Even those people, those Muslims that says that Mary is just a 12 years, just to justify the pedophilia act of Muhammad in the Quran and in the Hadith. I usually tell them this. I said, even did your Quran tell you that Mary is a girl? The Quran did not even mention that Mary is a girl. So if the Quran did not tell you that Mary is a girl, then why are you now trying to twist the Bible to suit it that Mary is a girl? Why can't you twist your own Quran? Look at the evidence from your own Quran that's going to point to you that Mary was a girl. Why twisting the Bible? But they have no answer to it, as you all know. So don't let. I hope this is going to give you a kind of understanding of pedophilia in the Bible. That there's nothing like pedophilia in the Bible. God never ordered anybody to marry a virgin. I mean, a young girl of 6 or thereabouts. But as usual, Muslims, because of the act was done by their prophets, so they would want to find a way to justify it all. So, but if they should bring this to you, you should be able to tell them. You should be able to tell them and stand and say, no, this is not what the Bible teaches. The Bible says otherwise. Rebecca was not 3 years old and Mary was not 12 years old. They were full grown women that had grown to maturity. I hope this helps you to answer some questions that when you are being pushed, being asked this question, you know the kind of answer to give them. All the evidences I give you are from the scriptures. You can see it from the scriptures yourself. I give evidences. The ones I googled, you can read it by yourself. I did not fabricate anything from my own head. It was from reliable sources. So until I come away next time, I I commit you to the grace of God and to the God of grace. Have a blessed day ahead of you. Bye bye.